Welcome to my fourth edition of Putting It on the Glass. Putting It on the Glass is where I show you what I'm making, tell you a little about the runs I took and why I chose to take them. This is just something that I've done as long as I've been in trucking. Well, this is my third year being a truck driver. I also did this at Millis Transfer, and I also did this at Cheeseman. This is not something new. Let's talk about it coming up. Trip number one on this statement was from Greenville, South Carolina to Wilmington, Illinois. That had a 144.8 mile deadhead. If you remember, I told you deadheads are paid at 75 cents a mile after the first 50 miles plus the surcharge. That's shown right here on the statement. Being in the central region, I get paid $1.48 per mile for loaded miles, plus the fuel surcharge, which again was 87 cents during this period, and the 15-cent market adjustment. Those are shown right here on the statement. Notice that my fixed costs are only charged based on the loaded mile. This load weighed 35,000 pounds and it paid $1,431. This is the second load on the statement. It was not necessarily done in that order. I believe they put them in order by the trip number. I had 62.5 miles of deadhead. It was a 36,000 pound load. And you can freeze frame if you want to check out any of the fixed costs or what I was paid. Again, there's no real reason for me to go over each individual trip. They're on the glass. You can freeze frame them. You can blow them up. Take a look at them. If you ever have a question or something's not clear or it's blurry, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is down below. I don't put these out to try to sell Artur to you. I put these out so you can follow along with my journey. Trip number 4, one of my favorite trips, went from St. Peters, Missouri to Jefferson, Georgia. Again, feel free to freeze it, take a look at it, zoom in on it, whatever you need to do to take a look at it. I'm just putting it on the glass. While this is the 5th trip on the statement, it's really only the 2nd trip that I did. They're not in the same order, but that's all right. Feel free, freeze it, zoom in on it, take a look at it. See if you have any questions. You can always send me a message. All right, trip 6 has something unusual. I need to hit on it. First of all, Cartersville, Georgia was the first time I've ever had a live load with this company. The only live load that I've had with the company. You'll notice a redelivery charge down here at the bottom. The redelivery charge is because I did not take this load to the final destination. This company allows me to get out from under a load if I want to get on another load. If I take it to Hazelwood, Missouri, the terminal, I can go ahead and get on another load instead of having to wait to make that delivery, which was going to be a live unload. Wait a minute, hold on. 6 loads in 1 week? You had to have some rollover in here, right, Tom? No, I did not have rollover. As you see, the calculator up at the top is adding up all the miles that you can do yourself if you want to add them up off all the statement. And you'll see that they come very close to adding up to the miles that are on my logs. The reason there's a slight difference is because I deadheaded home from Jefferson, Georgia on the day that I ended the last week before I went to home time, and then I deadheaded to Greenville. So if you want to be technical, the miles from Jefferson, Georgia to Shadydale, Georgia would be rollover from last week. Okay, on fuel, I fill my tanks up fully every time. I then record everything in an Excel spreadsheet as well as an app, and I subtract the mileage from the first fill up to the last, and then I calculate what the mileage was during that time, and I multiply that out to determine how much fuel cost me over the period. And these are the actual pump receipts. I get a discount because I use multiple discount apps. I'm not a one-trick pony. I'll use as many different discount apps as I can find. Okay, it is time for the summary page, the page we all came to see. All right, the earnings added up to $5,388.67. Yes, there's $250 in deductions taken out of there, but that is still my money. Those are the escrow. All right, so we take that $5,388 and we subtract a fuel cost of $2,382, and I made $3,007 this week. There's a trade-off. You can get a higher number of miles or you can get a higher CPM and less miles. It's a trade-off. You got to work to get a mix of both to find the right mix for your business. To be completely above board, here are the actual pay settlements. Feel free to stop it, freeze frame it, blow it up. The only thing I didn't talk about was the actual deductions and escrows at the end. We talked about in the last video. Didn't think we needed to kick that dead horse again. As I wrap up the video, I want to remind everybody, this is what I'm making. Not a spokesman for the company, and I'm not trying to recruit you. You didn't see me one time ask for referrals. This is simply me putting it on the glass, showing you what I'm doing. Remember, make sure you're enjoying every day at work.